So what's up everybody, this is going to be a video about Asta's father. I realize I haven't really spoken too much about Asta's father. I mean, I mentioned it in videos, but I never made a specific video just on that topic. So this video will be speaking about the possible races and the possible background Asta's father will have. So let's get into this. First of all, if you like anime, manga reviews, discussion, spoilers, and theories, definitely hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, like, comment. I read the comments, so it should hit me with some false copyright strikes. So it'll be very appreciated if you hit the like button, subscribe button, and also comment. Let's get back to 5,000. I do have another channel that mainly focuses on One Piece. Watch out for the Discord and the Patreon. So this is a topic that was very interesting to me. So a lot of people have mixed feelings about who Asta's father can be. People just want Asta's father to be a normal human because they don't want Black Clover to go the Naruto route, where Naruto in part 1 was apparently about fighting destinies. You create your own destiny and all that, and then you realize that Naruto was destined to be this great person. So I don't think Black Clover will get that route. So the possibility of Asta's father being somebody that's this legendary figure, I don't think that's going to be the case. However, it could be that Asta's father is a normal human. I know a lot of people have been saying that Asta's father could be a devil, which I will touch upon later on in this video, but Asta's father being human makes the most sense to me. I just think Asta's father was a normal human with no mana, and I think the reason why he was able to get close to 𝙲𝚘𝚎𝚑𝚝 is because he was a normal human with no mana. But I think he eventually probably died because of what I assume 𝙲𝚘𝚎𝚑's curse. It makes me wonder, like, how did 𝙲𝚘𝚎𝚑 get that ability? To me, it seems like a curse because Henry was cursed and he was taking mana from people, and 𝙲𝚘𝚎𝚑 does the same thing, but she also takes life force. It kind of tells me it's a curse placed on her, but it could be just one or it could be two curses placed on her. However, it's something that was done against her will. I don't think she was born with that, I guess, ability or curse, but it could be that Asta's father was just a normal human without mana, but he decided to stay around 𝙲𝚘𝚎𝚑, and then he eventually died because she took too much of his life force. But it could be somebody that has strong will and he withstood that and he didn't care because he loved 𝙲𝚘𝚎𝚑, and his strong will made him last longer than any other human would have. It's just that his will made his life force stronger. You kind of see Asta having a strong will. I mean, think about it. The world has given him the worst hand. He's been knocked down many times, but he kept bouncing back up. That's somebody that has strong will. So I can see Asta's father being somebody with strong will. There is a possibility that Asta's father could have been a different race, and because Asta's father was a different race, that curse that 𝙲𝚘𝚎𝚑 has was probably placed on her because of a forbidden love. So it could be that either clans clashed, where Asta's father might have been from a noble clan or a family that does curses, and they put a curse on 𝙲𝚘𝚎 because she's an ordinary woman, a peasant, and they didn't like that mixture of noble and peasantry getting together. Or it could be the fact that Asta's father was a different race. I don't think he's dwarf, because if he would have been a dwarf, then Asta would have been a lot shorter. I mean, the only person that we can really compare it to is 𝙲𝚘𝚎, and 𝙲𝚘𝚎, she seems like a garden gnome. I think dwarves kind of look like garden gnomes in Black Clover. I just think that Asta's short because he's just short, not because he's part dwarf. So with that being said, I don't think Asta's father was a dwarf. It wouldn't make sense to me too much if Asta's father was an elf, because if Asta's father was an elf, he should have like those elfin ears. But it could be the case that Asta, he's just more human-like compared to the mixed human and elf that we've seen so far. Those kids, probably they're more elf than human, but they have those elfin ears. It could be that Asta is just more human-like and he never got the elfin ears, but I don't think that's the case. I'm not really going to entertain that idea. Another thing that I saw is that people are saying that Asta's part devil. That's a very interesting theory. I don't think it's the case, but it is possible, because maybe for whatever reason, when 𝙲𝚘𝚎𝚑 and that devil got together, it was frowned upon the laws of the universe in Black Clover and causing 𝙲𝚘𝚎𝚑 to get cursed, because she seemed too friendly with 𝙲𝚑. Because even if 𝙲𝚑 was a child, he was still a devil, and yes, she needed that void filled from leaving her kid at the church. She wanted to fill that void with 𝙲𝚑, so she probably just looked past his race and just looked at a child in need, but she was still too friendly with them, because at the end of the day, from what we've seen, humans don't trust devils. Like, it's kind of like a folklore, but the moment when they saw 𝙲𝚑, humans just wanted to attack and destroy it. And of course, yeah, 𝙲𝚑 didn't have any mana, and she can sense that, so she didn't really think he was going to be of any threat because he's a child, he's been beaten up and running away. So I can see why she she would be friendly with 𝚬𝚏, but still, she was still too open to be around a devil. So it leads me to believe that there's a possibility that 𝚬𝚙𝚅 might have a relationship with the devil before she met 𝚬𝚏, and the possibility of her knowing that there's good devils and bad devils. So that's a possibility. Asta's father being a devil would be interesting. I don't think Asta's dad is part devil, because if Asta would have been part devil, then he would have looked like a devil himself. You know, he would have looked half devilish. So it doesn't seem like he is part devil unless his dad was half devil himself and Asta is just more human. That is a possibility, but I'm leaning more towards Asta's father being a normal human than him being some different race. From all the races that we've seen, I don't think it's possible. I mean, it is possible that Asta's father is a race we haven't seen yet. I know that a lot of people have mentioned that it's possible Asta's part Jotun. It'd be really cool if that's the case. And then the Black Clover world goes more towards a Norse path where the divine beings come from Norse mythology, even though we got hints of Greek mythology in Black Clover because of the spirit of Eurus, the spirit of Boris, Juno's spirit forms, and then the Dryad. That all comes from Greek mythology. But if the divine beings are actually Norse related, it would be very interesting to see that Asta is part Jotun, and the reason why he's been having so much problems in his life is because of the fact that he's part Jotun, and he might have something to do with the start of Ragnarok. Of course, I'm not saying that Asta is Loki, because Asta's personality doesn't fit Loki at all, but could meet a Loki in Black Clover, and he's one of the catalysts to start Ragnarok alongside the Black Clover's version of Loki. That'd be very interesting if that's the case, that Asta's part Jotun. I know that Broku mentioned this in his video and other YouTubers did as well. You know, the final villain of Black Clover, to me, it kind of seems like it's going to be a race we haven't been shown yet. So Asta being a Jotun and him possibly starting to do something with the gods, and the final villain is like this rogue god or this corrupted god or just a god in general, that'd be very interesting, where, you know, divine beings versus humanity and Ragnarok starts in Black Clover. Also, another thing is, it is a possibility that Asta's father is a divine being. I don't think it's the case, because if Asta was part divine, he probably would have shown something in the beginning. But the reason why Asta might not have mana is for two reasons. One, maybe because it was a birth defect with 𝚬𝚅, because she absorbed mana, or there's a possibility that Asta is part divine, and the reason why he was never able to have mana and was able to live in 𝚬𝚅's womb up to 9 months is because he is part divine, and divine mana and human mana cancel each other out, making Asta not have any powers at all. That's a possibility. I don't think it's the case. Once again, I think Asta's father is just a normal human being who had a strong will, and that strong will made him survive being around 𝚬𝚅, and he didn't have mana, or when 𝚬𝚅 was pregnant with Asta's father, for some reason she got cursed. Could have been a devil, could have been a person, who knows? But Asta's father will have some importance in Black Clover. His story will reveal Asta's origin story 100%, because I definitely think it's something along the lines that Asta's father and 𝚬𝚅 might have been attacked by something, which caused Asta's father to lose his life, but 𝚬𝚅 survived, yet she was cursed. Or she could have had it beforehand, like I said before, but I'm leaning more towards that she wasn't born with that, and she got it during the time she was pregnant, or the time she met Asta's father, and that might have caused Asta's father to die. But at this point, it's pure speculation, because there's not too many clues as to who Asta's father is. I definitely think it's going to be either a normal human, or Asta's father might be Jotun, and I think like the final arc might be like a Ragnarok type of thing. The Jotun fight the gods. But that's pretty much all I have to say about this theory. Let me know who you think Asta's father is. Do you think Asta's father is someone special, someone legendary? Do you think he comes from a different race? Do you think he's a normal human being, or do you think he's one of these races that we've seen so far, or another race that we have yet to be introduced in Black Clover? Do you think Asta is short for a reason? He gets it from his father. Who do you think put the curse on 𝚬𝚅? Do you think it might have been a devil? Do you think it might have been one of these other races, or a race we have yet to see? Who do you think is going to be the last villain in Black Clover? Like if you liked the video, comment, subscribe, and I'm out of here.